Good morning, it's Harvey Jackson. Just going to go through some of the recommendations that we have put out yesterday with the canola market really rallying on the back of the soybean oil actually giving all the support there. So I might spend just a little wee bit of time on this slide here. You can see here the canola recommendation is actually to get sold at 16 or better. That's not in all areas. I know the Alberta crew there, they were getting $16 targets out there. It would still be recommended to put it in, and he's basically saying, well, should we clean out the bins, because we're still expecting the market to maybe get a little bit higher without any other news, and there really isn't other news except that we're extremely tight, and that could still rise the market. So whether we get back into another position or not with futures, that would be the play that we can discuss. On new crop, similarly, there's that drag effect, or front month moves the most, back month does not. So there's a little bit of an upside target, looking for the market to actually climb to 678. So put a target in there with your futures only companies will allow you to do that, or just wait for that market to get there and then price out. And just keep in mind that today is Friday. Who knows? It's usually a down day, and then next week we go into month end, and all the grains are actually all rolling to July. So there's going to be some pressure there. And old crop yellow peas recommendation as well. Viterra in the west at the very least. I was looking for $11 peas, and then there's a corn strategy, and it's just basically an entering at 480, and stop loss for 15 cents lower at 465, and exit at 520. So potential 40 cent profit. But I noticed the market is up above that right now, so it'd still be just an entry with the exit at 520. Still put the stop loss at 465 and maybe edit it at some point to make it a trailing stop loss. So there's here. I'm just going to go into some of these trade war jitters here as well. Like there's the basically just talking about China here, and planting base. So Karen Brown put this out, and there's maybe a little bit of a lean to plant a little bit more corn in her crop watch clients that they have there. So here's just a couple different articles, and there's maybe a pull to either side. China's going to protect itself, and then it shows signs of easing. And in this article here, they're actually talking about very specific things that they're looking for maybe concessions. And there's a list of 131 categories of products, and the main one is the ethane that's produced and shipped. I think U.S. produces like 3 million barrels a day of this ethane that ultimately gets made into other constituents, and a lot of it's in the pharmaceuticals that China's got a stronghold on. So I'm just this article, or this information, I pulled the other earlier, but I think there's a little bit more export in here as well. So 7.4 million or 7.5 million of exports, so 7.5, and then crush at 8.2. We're over 15 million, and if you look here, we only produced potentially 17.8. So there's something wrong. There's numbers here that are not jiving. We've got 3 more months of crush, and we're at 8.2. Probably find out later on today that we're probably at 8.5. And we crush near 1 million metric tons a month. Something's got to slow down. So that's very likely why the market had to rise here. And we have already got our crush number. So like there's a few things that we're running into that just doesn't make sense. Anyway, so let's just have a look. Canola, everything's green on the screen except for soybean meal is the only one down, and Canadian dollar was slightly down as well. So here's your canola in relative terms to the soybean oil. So the soybean oil is on this side in the blue, and the canola is on this side. And the last time we actually got there, we pushed close to 720 on the canola at 50 cents a pound. Now, what was that in relative terms with the Canadian dollar? There's probably a differential there, and that's why we're saying the market could potentially push to 720. So here we are at 701 now on the July, sorry. And then here's your November contract and how it's lagging. This is our upside target, what we're expecting to put your targets in at 678. We're expecting it to get through these numbers at some point shortly, and there's lots of time to do that as well. Here's your price differential. So this is sliding, and we're actually not going to be able to report this same kind of crop year to crop year because the French rapeseed is actually going to go off the board, and it's not going to. We're not going to have a really good comparison, but it's $128 differential between Canadian canola on the front month and European rapeseed on its front months. They're going to be reporting August contracts here soon once they get through the May. So here's your soybean oil, 50.9 cents a pound. We haven't been there since 2024 early. So it's nice to see that we can get back there. Here's your soybean futures. It's on the rise as well, getting supported by the oil for sure. And here we are with crude palm oil. It's got a bit of a recovery there too, but we're long ways from some of those highs that we've seen there. And here's your crude oil itself. Some support here, but it's actually pulling back a little bit here as we speak. Canadian dollar. I'm thinking the upside target is right here. It looks like it's faltering here. This could be waiting for Monday to see if we're going to get a liberal government that wants to put us into extreme more debt, more inflation, or maybe somebody that's actually going to try to fix our economy. We'll have to see what that. I think that the Canadian dollar will be fixated on maybe a little bit of that. July, Kansas. You can see here that it's at the bottom here, and here's your Minneapolis. It's get a little bit of a support here again today. Same thing with the Chicago, and here's your corn strategy. So basically, enter here somewhere in this range. We're above that right now. Take profit at 520, stop loss at 465. Here's your live cattle, and we're back to the highs that we made just a few weeks ago. I'm thinking it's going to go through here. Same thing with your feeder cattle. And in a couple of weeks, we're going to have our stats can, and then a few days after that, we're going to have the crop production, first winter wheat production